Do you know what your major is going to be yet?
Yeah, so I first started in college with dental hygiene. After shadowing some classes, I don't think I want to work with people's smells.
That's very smart.
It smells awful to a certain extent.
Right.
And so I changed my major. Thankfully, most of my prerequisites matched somewhat, which was kind of bizarre. But I'm into legal translation. So I want to be able to translate for immigration courts and be able to bring a different diverse version of Spanish. Well, I've done some side gigs doing translating, and one of the biggest things is that there's not really a broad spectrum, knowing that Spanish is not really the same in different parts of the countries, and regions in Latin America, and so a miscommunication can cause a lot for a certain individual. And so for me, my parents, they were Spanish speakers, so since the age of like 6 years old, I have translated my whole life, and I kind of talk very fast because of that, so I'm still working on it. I'm taking a speech class, but yeah, that's what I'm majoring in.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Next question.
So, if you were to talk with another 14-year-old homeless child, what would be your words? And this person wouldn't trust anybody. What would you say to this person to help build trust?
It gets better. Sometimes it's hard when you're in that situation. When people say it's like, it gets better for them, it's like, oh, screw you, you're not really suffering towards that, you don't know how it feels. But it does. I tell them to, be able to trust again. They have to open themselves up, which is kind of hard when, you keep on having disappointments. Even, my parents, by the age of 14, they turned into drug addicts. So, for me, it was just like, if my parents can't take care of me or value me, what makes you think somebody out in the streets is gonna do so? So I would just tell them to, life is hard. You can't sugarcoat it, but I just tell them to try to see the most brightest part of it. There's always something good and bad, and just to keep pushing forward.
Next, please.
And what was it that you found for this amazing person here? You probably came across other opportunities, perhaps, I'm guessing, and we're here promoting our organization, and we're always trying to find the talking points. Sean's always talking about what would be a good nugget that we could grab onto while you're here today? What was it about Doors of Change, or was it just turquoise? It could, if it's just turquoise, that's cool too.
Right, yeah.
We have on our team, so we can talk about turquoise.
Right.
So-
That's what we bring too, right?
It's the love, honestly. A lot of organizations, no shade, they think sometimes people as numbers, as just another number to put on the firework, right? And with Dust Your Change, they showed me that that's not the point for them. They actually want to care. They actually want to show you that yes, it's not a hands out, it's hands up. You're supposed to push you to do better, not give it to you. And honestly, it's shown me that there's organizations that care about the homeless and actually want people to succeed in life, and you guys are one of them.
That's great.
Great.
Good question. I'm curious, what was that first moment when you connected with Doors of Change? How did you physically connect?
So I walked into a drop-in center called Oasis Clubhouse. I met Turquoise there.
He's well dressed. He was actually I'm gonna tell the story. Most well
Oh wow.
Right, you were well dressed, but what I admired most about Sergio was that he was taking care of his brother Jose at the time.
Yeah.
And Jose is older than Sergio, but has barriers that don't help him process things normally as everyone else, right?
I'm a kid of 5. My oldest brother and my younger brother both were they're on the spectrum. They have autism, and so with Jose, my parents, after passing away, right, he didn't really have more support in my family. Like my uncles and aunts didn't really know what's a disability. They first generation parents, and so me being still younger than him, I knew that he was in that situation not because he wanted to, but because that's what life ended up bringing him into. And thankfully he's doing good now. He's in the process of finally getting his disability paperwork, and he has a full-time job at Walmart. So he's doing pretty good.
Oh, he did okay.
Yeah, he actually got it.
Next,
It was brother, that's how we met. I think he-
next question, please.
This isn't a question, it's more of a comment as I just learned. My brother also is on the spectrum and I understand the paperwork, it's a full-blown job
Yeah,
in
like
itself.
the first time when they had to reevaluate him, it was
Oh.
2 years
It's-
just to get it processed.
Yeah, it's, so if you ever need help or support from someone who gets it, please reach out to me.
Yeah,
That's
thank you so
awesome.
much.
Okay. Any last person have a question for Sergio?
Oh, actually, what is your favorite part about college?
That I'm not stuck in home 24/7. I do not like the work. It's draining some, but honestly, some teachers make it amazing. Just being able to connect with professors and not thinking of it as a job, but thinking of it a place
And the
as an opportunity.
Yeah,
Honestly, one thing that I'm raised from immigrant parents is that education is a privilege.
Yeah.
And so getting into college, I did not think about that ever in my life. I was just like, I would just get a minimum wage job, whatever. But no, I'm in college and I'm surprised I'm actually sticking it to it.
So somebody asked me, what did you get out of your conversation with Sergio? And I had to say one thing, say you get it. You understand.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.